Can you hear them? The ghosts gathering over the island. They're whispering. They speak the hidden rules of the universe. Okay. Listen. There is only one culprit. The culprit is defined as the one who kills. Everyone else is innocent. Innocent characters may not hide any important information or intentionally mislead the other characters. This means that they are allowed to be mistaken. The exception being the statements in purple. Those should be taken as absolute truth if spoken by an innocent character. Okay. The only person allowed to lie in purple statements, therefore, is the culprit. The culprit is someone mentioned in the story. Finally, and most importantly, the culprit is a human being. So we're a detective. Forget the Golden Witch. Feel like a detective or something? I don't know. What has surprised the Ichiro Miya, hope I got that right, family the most? I wonder. How suddenly the day had shed its clear skies. Anyone that day should have felt when the wind started changing its course and seen the tides rise. If someone couldn't tell that the island of Brokenhima would be engulfed by a storm that day, they had nobody but themselves to blame. But given that in the Ushiramiya family, blame was something only to be assigned and not owned, they would have had no choice but to know. Perhaps then, it was the harshness of the storm that had taken them aback. Unlikely. In those parts, there was no such thing as a kind storm. The majority of them had spent decades on the island. They would have known what to expect. It must have therefore been the fact that this is a sudden and harsh storm. It must have therefore been the fact that this sudden and harsh storm had ceased. Slipped away into the night, chasing after the distant thunder. There was, no doubt, surprising. Yet, if you had asked a single person in that mansion, you would have found that few had even noticed. For the Ushiramiya family, a storm was very much still ongoing. A certain typhoon had descended upon the island, bursting through the entrance of their home, crashing through their hallways, destroying everything in its wake. This typhoon had carried not a drop of water in its bosom, nothing as tiny as a droplet of rain, certainly not as big as an ominous wave. And still it had, without a doubt, soaked the gathered family's prospects, drowning them in their misfortunes. Perhaps for good. Typhoons aren't supposed to have legs. This one had two. Typhoons aren't supposed to speak. This one carried the laughter of a woman. Typhoons aren't supposed to feel. Typhoons are supposed to don't feel. This one had the heart of a witch. The name of this typhoon was Beatrice. Beatrice? Okay. Well, did you need something? I just wanted to talk. Casual conversations should be reserved for casual hours, don't you think? I'm not gonna leave the door in the dead of night like this. People will start getting ideas, you know. Is it true? Is what true? Are you really Gramps? Well, it'd be pretty rude of me if I wasn't. Barging in and ruining your dinner like that? I think you did a little bit more than that. Barging in and having Gramps declare you the new successor of the family probably stung a bit more than Gaza's steak getting cold. Or girl does. Evil laughter commences. Yes, it's true. I'm Kinzo's dirty little secret. The one he refused to acknowledge for years, even after everything he'd done to my mother. Until now. And now I'm the new head. As I kindly explained to you all at dinner, I'm going to burn down everything you have. Wow, baby face. I'm just not here to take it all. Get it? I'm here to take it all and smash it up. So I hope you savored that cool steak. It was the last one you'll have in that dining room. It's probably the last fancy meal you'll have in a while. All the rumors about how knee-deep in shit your financials are happen to be true. Sorry, but I spent the past 6 years eating my grandma's mashed potatoes in my grandma's kitchen. I'm a private chef isn't exactly a privilege I've had long enough to miss. You think your parents feel the same? Don't know, but it sure sounds like you'd be happy if they didn't. Why are you doing this? What do you gain? I can't understand having a grudge against Gramps, but I can. But why dissolve the entire group? The world isn't needed anymore. Let me be more specific. Why tell a room full of people who depend on all the money and influence that you'll be destroying it permanently? Seems kind of like a hard brain move, if you ask me. Ho 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 ho. So it's not so much that I'm being spiteful towards your entire family, but how brazen I am about it? Just saying, if you're this determined, you'll just be as desperate. Are you here to make sure one of them hasn't shown up to kill me then? Playing the knight in shining armor? Trying to earn my good favor? Or are you here to do me in yourself? I'm here because I want to understand. There's nothing to understand. We're all offspring of a horrible man. Your parents turned out horrible. You think what I'm doing is horrible? In case in point. I grew up to be horrible too. You should be thankful. Maybe you have a chance to turn out a bit better. Something telling me it's already too late for you though. I can see those gears turning behind your eyes. I know a wolf in sheep's clothing when I see one. Trust me, I've really got no horse in this race. If I'm calculating anything, it's the dates. Why now, after all this time? Why did Kinzo do all this? I'll admit, I had the same thought. You don't know? Last time we spoke was right after my letter left. He plopped me on a boat, sent me away to some boarding school under a false name. No matter how many letters I sent or how many times I called, he never responded. Not once. As part of me thought he was doing it to protect me, given the sheer amount of scandals my so-called siblings kept sinking into. But when she found out what he did to my mother, so his attentions didn't mean shit. So I stopped trying to reach out. Even then, he didn't get concerned enough to try and see if I was alright. Checks just came in the mail as usual. Also, if he just sent me an invitation, I wouldn't have even bothered coming. Who does he think he is, deciding to call me over after years of neglect? I mean, he just knew that wouldn't be enough and promised to give me a towel head just to sweeten the pot. Well, I hope he's regretting his decision. Evil laughter. Don't look at me like that. Isn't that what you want? For me to hate you? You said you wanted to understand me. I think I've understood enough. Good night, Beatrice. My call me Bito, you know. Okay. It's crazy. Judging by the look on your face, I say that went well. You. Now. Even the great detective knows how to respect privacy. Pretty sure the detective respecting privacy is no detective at all. If the room is isolated for sound well enough. Erica, right? Erica Ferrudo, at your service. The other unexpected arrival. Although she had introduced herself as some sort of great detective, it had soon come out that this girl was, in fact, Kinzo's lawyer. She had been called over to the island to officiate the change in the headship. Could a girl that young really be practicing law? How old was she, anyway? Mallory didn't have the energy to brief the subject. And Erica would have, in his modest pronounce that word, estimation, likely taking some offense to the question. I had like a brain fart for a second, so. You're sure she's the real deal, right? Miss Beatrice? We're dealing with a fake Harris scenario, are we? Fortunately, primary for you, there's no doubt about it. I personally requested for a paternity test before I even agreed to draft up any paperwork. It is indeed Kendall's, Yushiro Miya's daughter. I see. For what it's worth, I'm not too happy with the outcome either. After all, if the company is really getting dissolved, I'm down the client. That's how these crazy millionaires are sometimes, though. Crazy, huh? Now, let's not latch on to my every word. Because it was crazy, but he's not crazy. Trust me, the of sound mind part of the document very much holds up. Couldn't hurt to ask. Yeah, striking me as a type to care. I don't. Well, I don't care about my part in all of it. Screwing over the rest of the family, a few companies with their employees, and being overall spiteful about it. Believe it or not, that rubs me the wrong way. Unprecedented, truly. Still, I'm sure you'll manage. While she may dissolve the Yoshimiya's group as a corporation, she's just a member of the board for the companies managed by his children. Since she's not the majority shareholder, she can't muscle her way into becoming a CEO and disintegrating everything. But without Kenzo Yoshimiya's cash flow, it's not unlikely that they'll disintegrate all on their own. Maybe you won't manage after all. Thanks. Great detectives should always strive to deliver the truth, no matter how harsh it may be. I'll keep that in mind. Good. In that case, then my work for the day is finished. Batter found himself stopping in front of his grandfather's study. Good evening. Good evening. Ballard shot a smile to his grandfather's personal physician. Ballard? Oh, that's Kenzo. The man himself. Come in. You have some time to witness my victory. Dr. Najo moved back into the room, taking a seat across Kenzo. A chessboard lay between them. Where I'm standing, you're the one facing checkmate. But that's the thing. You're standing at the wrong place. Your perspective's all wrong. That's why you'll never be able to see my counterattack. Unlike the 5 counterattacks I've seen through so far. Of course. Those were the 2 obs. C8. Okay. My true train of thought. Revealing that your plan was a bit counterintuitive. That too is part of the misdirection. The former head of the family cackled. Indeed, in these many years, Kenzo Yoshimiya had harnessed somewhat of a reputation. hypothetically, Erica had managed to judge him of sound mind was anyone's guess. It was questionable if he had ever had such a thing to begin with. Valor, what can I do for you? Sorry for intruding. Nonsense. We haven't seen each other for the better part of a decade. I'll take whatever I'm given. I assume this is about Beatrice. Partially. I say it's general curiosity more than anything. About portrait in the main hall. Is it your lover? Call her my lover would be demeaning. She is the golden witch. She gave me gold. I gave her a child. She lived on the island. Is there really a secret mansion somewhere around here? What do you mean? She's a witch. She can live wherever she damn well pleases. Why did she leave? Who said she left? Young man, I suggest. Beatrice said you sent her away after her mother left. And your move, Genzo. Right. Could have looked down at the chessboard. She never left me. She merely chose to embrace the human side of her. After that, my magic seals could hold her no longer. But make no mistake, the golden witch shall rise again. This is all just the first step. Kenzo picked up his bishop, set it back down to the same spot. Fortunate hall, though. Oh. Why was her face why has her face been ripped off? Because her face doesn't matter. I made my move. What? No, you haven't. Sometimes the correct course of action is to do nothing. It's not about a course of action in chess. And yet my bishop stands, unmoved. So move another piece. Realizing he wouldn't be making no progress here either, the elder retreated out of the room. He left the mansion. The night air he found was surprisingly warm, even as the moisture clung to his nostrils. Water splashed as he walked through the girl's garden. It wasn't just a matter of a few stray puddles. The whole garden had been half flooded. It had been a long day. He expected his return to the island to be dramatic, but certainly not to this extent. What he said to Beatrice was no lie. He really didn't care about the money, but he was worried. It was the look in his mother's eyes at the dinner. The sheer terror at the intruder's declaration of intent. She was the one who never panicked. Others may have, but not her. Never her. Dad had told him things were serious. In the corner of his eye, he spotted a familiar face. Hey? Hey to who? Shannon? Okay. Alright. I'm not gonna comment. From the shadows of the rose garden, the figure of a young maid emerged. Dad, you guys sent me to the garden this late? No. I was on my way back from the guest house. How's everyone holding up? If I may speak frankly, I don't think they grasped the full gravity of the situation. George probably has. And not like Maria can be expected to get it. Besides, not like I fully grasped anything either. The whole thing is straight out of a mystery novel. I don't know enough to think of it like that. I guess we should just be graceful. Beatrice didn't show up wearing a creepy rubber mask. I will especially prefer not to think of the situation from the Inugami clan. Thank you very much. Sorry. It's certainly been a while since we've talked about mystery novels. I haven't really had the time to read anything recently. Guess that's kind of made the letters seem kind of dry, huh? Not in the slightest. Always happy to hear from you. I would have said the benefit of coming back to the family was getting to see you in person, something cheesy like that, but with the way things are going, this could be our last conversation, you know? I sincerely doubt that. Good. So do I. I figure you got plans then. Beatrice makes all this go away. Not really. But I'm not as hopeless as I look. You don't look hopeless at all. I figured. Well, I guess I'll just took a look at the mansion up, yes? Yeah. Good night, Shannon. Okay. Well, this is the good part. I need to save and go to the main menu because there's a lot going on that I'm trying to grasp at the moment. So yeah, this visual novel is called Forget the Golden Witch. And that's a little bit of it so far. I feel like I'm gonna definitely do a part 2 of this. So stay tuned for that. Of course, if you enjoyed this visual novel and you want to play it for yourself, I will put everything in the description below for you to do that. But with that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Of course, if you did, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And hopefully y'all had a good day, good yesterday, and a better tomorrow. And I will catch y'all in the next video.